Hey everybody, welcome to a new segment of the show. I couldn't jump right back into another terrible game. So we're going to cleanse our palates today with a little bit of Bloodborne. And I'm Josh.
And I'm Yannick. And this is Josh's respite from Diakatana for the Nintendo 64. So if you want to see that absolutely abhorrent abomination, feel free to check it out. The series is now complete. So this is his respite. This is him, flushing that bad taste out of his mouth with the beautiful undyed ginger that is Bloodborne.
Yep.
And we're gonna talk shit about his Bloodborne skills and talk about how miserable Diakatana was.
Absolutely miserable.
So what was your favorite? Like, if you had to pick a good part of Diakatana, what was it?
I mean, that's hard. If finding anything good in that game. No.
Like, I know your instinct is to be like, the best part was when it ended, but like...
Yeah, I don't want to just say that.
Yeah, like, if you had to, like, gun to your head, say something nice about Diakatana, what would it be?
I honestly don't know. There's nothing in that game that was up to scratch. The graphics...
and that's the bizarre part, though, isn't it? That compared to other games of the same generation, it was lacking.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Yeah, it was there was no everything was blurry, the text was hard to read. It was just not a pleasant experience in any way, shape, or form. So, like, it's a miracle that game, passed muster, that it got released.
Yeah. That was an absolute mistake, but I'm still just trying to figure out something that was good about it. Like...
Okay, let's start with this. What was your least favorite part of Diakatana?
My least favorite? Honestly, it was just boring. It wasn't so bad that it was funny, or bad in a funny way.
I mean, it was bad in a funny way for me.
Yes, that's because it was making me miserable, but I'll just let him kill me.
Cause you suck at Bloodborne 2.
But there was no humor. There was no, like...
I mean, the guy's name was Superfly.
Yeah, but, like, it didn't...
I'm weirdly worried that was their attempt at just being cool. Like, that there was no subtext.
That wasn't... Yeah.
That they weren't just being, like, funny and ironic with it.
But, like, it didn't have interesting mechanics. It didn't have interesting enemies. It did not have interesting actual gameplay. Nothing about those were, like, a saving grace. Like, I'd forgive a game with bad graphics if the storyline was good, or if it had something interesting going on. Just something.
Yeah.
But there was just nothing.
No, there was not a lot of value to be had there.
No. But, I want to say, like...
Spike on there. You gonna go murder your dog?
My mom went out front, so
They freaked out.
yeah. Like, I want to say that going to different time zones was interesting, but like, what did we get out of it? We didn't meet anyone interesting. We didn't.
It was a neat concept, but I feel like it definitely was not flushed out in a meaningful way.
Anyway.
Oh, it's a lot easier all of a sudden. I'd like to point out to the viewers that I clearly beat this guy unarmed my first try.
Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Could you imagine?
No.
If I had, could you imagine the endless amount of fun of you I would have made when you died to it?
I've beaten him before on the first one. On the first fight.
Video or it didn't happen.
But I don't know, it was just, I think that's its biggest flaw, is it just wasn't entertaining. It wasn't pushing the envelope, it wasn't trying something new, it wasn't trying something different.
One thing I would definitely be interested in, though, is for you to play Diakatana on PC.
I mean, isn't it like $1.50 right now?
Yeah, it's like $1.50, and just to see.
I mean, we could just do one video on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We don't have to do a whole playthrough, but just to give a quick glimpse on what a difference a platform can make. Because nowadays you don't really see that. There's slight graphical differences between PC and console.
Or modding.
Yeah, or modding or something like that. But back in the day, the difference between a Sega and an Atari game could be incredible.
Yes.
It could almost not be the same game.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I would definitely be very curious to see.
Well, yeah, let's put that on the list.
Yeah, that would be just a one-off video. It only has to be 10 minutes. We'll cut different parts into it, and just point out
that's the thing. Since I wasn't on my rig we were originally recording with, I don't have those early videos to show a side-by-side comparison. Right now I'm trying to play the Surge. I'm trying to target the heads. I'm trying to shift target. It's messing me up a tiny bit.
For those of you who might not know, the Surge is a Souls-esque game in a sort of dystopian sci-fi universe.
Yes, you're in an exoskeleton. It's pretty fun.
So it's you're like a disgruntled factory worker in the future.
No, you're not disgruntled.
No? I wouldn't know. I haven't played it.
Okay, I want that armor. So I'm just going to go for the armor. But, so for the next game, I think I'm going to do that I just can't bring myself to start right now. In the Playing with Trish series, I think I'm going to do Pariah.
Pariah?
Yep. We have some memories of that game.
Yeah. That was when I first returned to the States. That was one of the things that Josh was like, Yannick, you have to check out this game. And at the time, I was really open to this sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And within minutes, I was like, do you hate me? Why have you betrayed me? Why have you deceived me like this? It was
terrible.
It was unbelievably bad, and it was almost instantly apparent how unbelievably it was a similar experience to Diakatana, just on a newer generation of consoles.
Yeah. I feel like a little jump in shooter. No, not a jump in quality, but a jump in technology.
Yeah.
This is the part, you know Ben? Yeah, you know Ben.
Ben Kenobi?
Yes, Kenobi. He's struggling with this part of the game because he can't beat the Cleric Beast. I'm not
I
sure
beat the Cleric Beast my first try.
I'm not sure if
Remember that?
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
No. There was two bosses that, I think we have the videos to back it up. But there was two bosses where you like the Father Cascone, Gascoigne, whatever his name is. He beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But there was two bosses that like I went through and I just had like a smooth ride. Like I just got through it. I mean, obviously, thanks to your tutelage, you know, like I'm not gonna lie and say that was all my skill, you know, on my own. Like, you definitely had something to do with it, but, you know.
I wanted to get the madness too, but...
No madness for you.
I got greedy and attacked when I should have ran. But, so that'll be the next one. We have Aquaman to do after that. We have Superman 64. Oh. That one, I don't know if we're going to do a complete playthrough.
Isn't it, like, nigh unplayable?
That's why, because it's also really hard to beat, because you only get 3 tries and you go back to the beginning. And, like, the instructions for one part of the game flash in front of the screen. It's ridiculous. It's horrendous. We'll definitely show it. We'll definitely play around with it. Try to get as far as we can, but unless we get some sort of like Retron 5 situation where we can keep saving and keep progressing no matter how badly we do, I just don't see us beating Superman 64 anytime.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, like, the controls are just that broken. And the controls in Diakatana were terrible. Especially when it came to any form of platforming. But it's on a different level of bad. So... Oh, and I believe, Yannick, you've chosen to... start a playthrough of your next game is Destroy All Humans, correct?
Yes, that is what I'm currently playing.
Are you going to beat that all the way through, or...?
I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to see if there's a response to it. If anybody wants me to play it all the way through, I'll play it all the way through. That is no problem. So far, I'm having fun with it.
Yep.
It's you know, it's a very interesting sense of humor. Certainly would have appealed more to a younger me, but, you know,
yeah.
It's not lost on me.
I feel the same way about, there was a game I was hunting for a while, Stubbs the Zombie. And I wanted it when I was young, never got it, no particular reason, it's not one of the gifts I was given, or not one of the games I went for whenever I had enough money to get one for myself. But, when I finally did get it, I think it needed to be played young in order to connect to it. There's not much there on its own to stand on its own. We can definitely take a peek at that game, though. Ow. Stop.
Yeah, so that's...
I did not know the dog would follow you this far. You learn something new every time you turn on Bloodborne.
I am actually very excited for Code Vein.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting experience. Because from, like, Demon Souls to Dark Souls 3, while they are different games, certainly, it's sort of a very uniform aesthetic. Like, it's a very uniform experience.
And they're going to break from that, right?
Yes. This is going to be, like, a very anime-inspired game. And you're going to have an NPC that travels with you. There's going to be different NPCs you can select that, like, have different strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. And, like, cover... Like, I feel like a lot of people are going to try to min-max, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover my weak spot. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm bad at ranged attacks, like, if I don't do a lot of magic, I'm going to try to bring a ranged follower. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to minimize my weaknesses.
Oh, sure.
So I'm very excited for that whole mechanic. See, I did not beat this one on my first try. I thought the cleric piece was something else. I did beat this one on my second try, I believe. Maybe third.
Maybe.
But to be fair, we did a lot of grinding.
Yes. I actually ground for you at that point.
Yeah. Just for speed's sake.
What was your favorite part of Diakatana?
Diakatana?
Legitimately the game, not just watching me suffer. Like, what part, if any, grabbed your interest?
Yeah, like, I think very much like what you mentioned, I was definitely interested in the time traveling aspect, the thematic change of each episode was, I think, significant and interesting. But I don't know if it's the N64 version. I don't know if maybe the PC version does it differently. There was not enough interest there, you know, like, and there was some mechanics that I thought were just foolish, like these respawning enemies, but no pickups respawning.
Yes.
You know? So like, there's times where if you couldn't figure out where to go, and if you watch the series, you'll notice many times that there were situations where we just had no fucking idea where to go, and there was nothing telling you where to go. These were obscure, weird.
We weren't beaten. We were just ground down.
Yeah. They were just weird, obscure, nonsensical ways that you had to go, or like a key card that you had to pick up from behind a screen that you had to shoot out. But there was no precedent to you having to shoot out screen.
Or suddenly the like scientists.
Yeah, one of 4 scientists has a card. You know, like it was bizarre. It was nonsensical. I didn't like it. And so we were stumped by that a lot, which put us into these situations where we had to backtrack and forward track and backtrack again quite often. And that would lead to these situations where we'd run out of ammo or run out of health because the enemies just continue to respawn. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's just poor design.
The levels were mazy and poorly designed. The weapons, poorly designed. Like, some of them you couldn't even tell what they were trying to be.
Agreed.
Everything had pushback. Like, okay, the shotgun or the rocket launcher, you could push me back, but for a 3-shot attack, why is the game forcing me to? And then you'd always be on some narrow pathway, and then you'd fall.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. It was not a good situation. I think it was poorly handled. I'm disappointed in the game. It had the potential to be something much greater than it was. It was a cool...
Check that out.
First try.
First try, no level ups.
Not bad.
I gotta rub that in Ben's face.
Yeah. Has Ben been on the show with us?
Ben has not yet been on the show.
We should get Ben on the show.
He has expressed interest.
Or on the channel. I guess we have lots of different shows on the channel.
I mean, there's no reason you and I have to be there for every show.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, I am the personality, but, you know, Ben's got personality, too.
Yes. I'm just going shopping now. Leave me alone.
Getting your ass beat.
I just want to shop. Don't.
Oh my god, I want to see you die after beating that boss. Oh, cutting it close, man.
I just need my torch.
Now fight him with that much health.
Yeah. He's just fucking off. He doesn't want any piece of me.
Oh, you wanted enough?
No, the guy with the brick.
Oh, yeah.
He was just walking off. But
I don't know why he was doing that.
Yeah. The aesthetics of the game, the map layout, the aesthetics were ugly, samey. Every hallway looked like every hallway for that level. At least it was different for different levels. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Like, one hallway didn't look like a different level's hallway.
Okay, yeah.
That's at least something, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but within the episodes, with the exception of the last episode, was a lot of repetition.
Yeah.
And there was I want to say it was episode 3, there was this one boss fight that was just so ludicrously difficult. I don't think we even had all the footage of it because we redid it so many times. The one sorcerer that kept pulling you off the ledge.
That kept pulling you in, yeah.
That was, again, no explanation, no precedent, no hints, no aim for the red spot. Like, you had no idea if what you were doing was even damaging him. There was no damage response.
Nope.
There was no little crosshair flick. There was nothing. So you just had to guess and hope and pray that you were actually hurting him.
Actually making progress. And then, like, the walkthroughs, they didn't really help that much.
Yeah, it was...
You remember that thing with that switch?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
We didn't have a switch, so we couldn't activate that horrible puzzle.
Yeah.
How long did that take us?
Well, not only did we have to look it up, but it took a long-ass time, even with us looking it up. Like, it was not a good situation.
No. So, like, honestly, what is there to like about a game like that? There's no fun factor. There's no story factor. There's not even really challenge.
Yeah, I don't...
Except for that one puzzle, which was just out of nowhere and impossibly hard. There was no challenge to that game.
No.
I mean, that boss fight was a little rough, but...
No, it wasn't challenge. It was unfairness. It was lack of direction. It was
here's something you're not prepared for.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't like it was even less preparation. It was just like,
what?
You know, I imagine it like taking a plumber and asking him to perform surgery. You know, like it's like comparing apples to oranges with each new encounter. You learn something, you're taught something, you're given precedent for something, and then you turn a corner and there's something completely new and different that you have no frame of reference for.
For instance, at one point we had to push that rock.
Yeah.
When
we didn't know we could push rocks.
We didn't know we could push rocks. We didn't know we could press buttons. We didn't, like... But every other time, like, the game would show you... a normal game would show you that you could do these things. This game showed you could not do those things, and then required you to do them.
Agreed.
And that's a huge...
It's misdirection. It's misleading.
Yes, that's a huge flaw. That's a huge disservice to your game. And if it happened once, maybe that's okay, but... But no, it happened frequently enough to be frustrated by it. That, and think back to our first episode. What was the first thing that tripped us up?
The controls.
Even more than that. That first thing, we thought it was game ending for a moment, because we didn't have the manual.
Are you talking about the beams?
Ducking.
Ducking, yeah.
We couldn't duck
Which
in this game.
Is a controls issue. I was correct.
Yeah. But, like, where's the part of the level that teaches you the basic controls?
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. It's
Even
not...
Dark Souls and Bloodborne, games famous for not holding your hand, they don't tell you every combo you can do with the weapons, but they tell you the basic controls.
Yeah.
And if you want to play the whole game with just the basic controls...
And even the things that they don't teach you, they put you in situations that make learning it, you know, easy, that make learning it straightforward. They don't deceive you. The Souls games, and this includes Bloodborne, are very honest games. Like, if you lose, if you die, it's nobody's fault but your own. They're very polished. You don't have stupid glitches. We had glitch issues, you know, like, they're just clean and well-made, proper games. And I understand that there's a big technology gap, but there was clean, well-made, proper games back then, too. It's easy to throw out GoldenEye and Perfect Dark as games...
Games that teach you how to play as you go existed before that. Yeah. Mario. I mean, I know you're not a big platformer guy, but Mario shows you what to do. It shows you can die.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even aside from Mario, like, literally GoldenEye and Perfect Dark are examples of shooters on the Nintendo 64 that were phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. I have the unpopular opinion that Perfect Dark was better than GoldenEye.
I have never played Perfect Dark.
Oh my god, why have you not played Perfect... Do you own Perfect Dark?
I don't think I own it on the N64. I think I have it in the Rare collection.
That's, I think, the 360 version.
Okay, that's not the original?
I could be wrong, though. I don't know the Rare collection off the top of my head.
I mean, I have it right there.
Well, I'm not going to walk in front of your screen right now to look at it. But if it is the original version, you should for sure play it. And anybody out there who's played the original version knows that fly-by-wire and laptop guns were the shit.
Okay.
And there was actually GoldenEye levels in the multiplayer for Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was official or if that was a bootleg, but they existed. Like, there was literally a multiplayer level from GoldenEye in Perfect Dark. I don't remember the name of it, but it was there.
I mean, Doom was older than that, and Doom was better.
Yeah.
Was Doom older than that? When did Doom come
Yes,
out?
Doom was way older. Doom was like a PC game originally, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I remember it came out for like Super Nintendo and N64, and it came out for a lot of stuff. So I'm not. It makes it fuzzy for me to keep that in my head when it came out.
I am going. Do you know what year Diakatana came out for N64?
I want to say 94.
I am going to look that up right now. Diakatana N64 release date. Oh God!
What?
2000.
Doom?
No.
Oh,
Diakatana.
2000?
2000.
Oh well, yeah. I guess 94 wouldn't have even. When did the N64?
N64 NA July 31st, 2000.
Well, when was the N64 released? Am I just getting my numbers horribly right now?
I will look up when the N64 was released. I never owned an N64, so I would not be able to tell you. I think it was around 2000, though.
Okay, I'm just losing my mind.
No, 1996 for Japan.
Okay. Wasn't it American made? How did it come out in Japan first? Oh, I thought you went from Diakatana to Diakatana.
No, I'm talking about the Nintendo 64.
Yes, no, I got you.
Was the Nintendo 64 American made? No, it came out in Japan June 23rd, 1996.
Okay.
And in September 26th was the limited release to North America. Okay, so we did that. Now let's check Doom release date. I have to specify original Doom now.
Yes, you do.
1993. So Doom came out 7 years prior to Diakatana.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Doom came out earlier just because of the graphical difference.
Yeah. I just didn't know how much.
Doom came out 7 years earlier and is a solid shooter.
Yeah.
A solid shooter with solid progression that more or less teaches you how to play.
And it was fun.
It was a blast.
The attacks were dodgeable. There was a method to play.
Yeah.
There was no, like...
Not to mention the original Doom was free, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, with shareware.
Yeah, it was shareware.
There was no way to approach Diakatana that worked, that, like, made it fun.
Agreed.
It didn't flow, there was no nuance to the combat. It was shoot this guy twice, he shoots you once, he dies. Shoot the next guy twice, he shoots you once, he dies. Repeat, repeat, maybe aim up because this one flies.
Yeah. No, it was not anything that I don't know.
I can't wait for Dark Souls on the Switch.
Yeah? Switch Souls?
Yep.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, but I never beat one, so this is my chance.
You can get one on the PC for, like, next to nothing.
Yeah, but then I could not play it in bed.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
Alright. I feel like I've exercised my demons when it comes to Diakatana. Played something good. How about you? Are you over it? Are you ready to start?
Diakatana? I was over it the second we beat it. I loved the Diakatana playthrough. I was overjoyed by the Diakatana playthrough because I did not have to play it.
You wanna play
I got to
Aquaman?
sit there and spit vitriol at you, who played Diakatana and suffered in misery. I just got to enjoy the show. It was like a Mystery Science Theater thing, you know? Like, I got to observe and heckle, and it was great the whole way. I almost feel like the videos were too easy at the end because you had the fortune of us losing the original footage for the last episode.
Last couple episodes.
So that it was the last episode. It was the last couple chapters of the last episode.
Yeah, because we basically speed ran it at that point.
Yeah, so like the first go around of that final episode was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough
The
with the
gorilla
rocket
killed
gorillas. So it was a much smoother playthrough in the actual released video.
Yeah.
So that kind of bums me out, but you know, shit happens when you party naked.
Yep. But we've got our new computer.
Yes. So now hopefully we'll be able to lose less footage.
Yes. Which will be nice. Alright. Let's end this off with a death.
Or a mighty win. No, most likely death. Or perhaps mighty win.
Yeah, I can beat this. This isn't that rough.
Yeah, alright, you're safe.
But I did beat the cleric beast with no level ups. But I did pick military veteran, so I'm kind of like, what, 10th level already? Something like that.
I guess?
Yeah, I'm 10th level. Exactly 10. Alright, folks. Don't play that game. Watch us play it. That way you can at least have some distance from the psychic damage. The damage to your psyche that it will leave you with.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
The dog crows. Alright, folks. We'll catch you next time.